Joy Ridderhoff, recording around the world. Joy Ridderhoff was glad to be making gospel records that told the story of Jesus for so many people. But the records were useless if the villages didn't have a gramophone to listen to them on. Joy's ministry, Gospel Recordings, had been collecting and trying to repair old gramophones to send along with the records, but no one on staff knew how to repair them, so they were spending a lot of money and time getting them repaired somewhere else. They needed help, so as they always did when they had a need, they prayed and waited for God to provide. One day, a young man arrived and asked if he could work for Gospel Recordings. He was an electronics technician who knew exactly how to fix gramophones and many other things too. This was exactly the kind of help they needed. Later, God sent another man who was a very talented mechanic and inventor. These men joyfully used their engineering and mechanical knowledge to help people around the world hear about Jesus. They also designed and built a press to make copies of the records. Now they had their own equipment and wouldn't have to hire someone else to do it. They could produce and send out more records than ever now. Joy thanked God for providing people with skills in recording, engineering, and inventing to help tell the story of Jesus. Joy traveled to more places to make gospel recordings. She traveled to many remote villages in Alaska where people spoke many native languages. She would find someone who spoke both English and the tribal language and work with them to translate the script. Once the script was ready, Joy would have the native speaker use the script to tell the story of Jesus into the recording machine, one sentence at a time. It was a long process and had to be repeated each time they wanted to record a new language. Sometimes they had to work with 3 languages at one time. It was challenging work, but Joy served God joyfully. Her goal was that everyone would be able to hear the story of Jesus in their own language, even if they didn't have a Bible in that language. After working in the cold Alaskan wilderness, Joy traveled to the tropical islands of the Philippines to make gospel recordings in more new languages for the entire tribes of people who had never heard the story of Jesus. This was a very difficult and discouraging trip for Joy. She got very sick multiple times, and the recording equipment kept breaking down. She almost gave up, but God helped her keep going even though she felt discouraged. Serving God with joy doesn't mean we always feel happy and carefree. Sometimes God helps us serve Him joyfully even while we're sad, sick, or discouraged. Joy knew that Jesus is worth serving even when it's very discouraging and difficult. Then Joy faced another challenge. The tropical rainforests of the Philippines were not good places to store and transport the generators, cords, and other valuable and heavy recording equipment she needed. She was about to travel deep into the rainforest to make gospel recordings in a very remote village, and she was worried that her bulky equipment would be ruined. What should she do? Joy didn't know that God's answer was already on the way. Shortly before she left the village, a package arrived from the United States. To Joy's amazement, inside was a small recording device about the size of a shoebox. The technician and mechanic of gospel recordings had invented a portable, more lightweight tape recorder for Joy to take with her on her trips. It ran on batteries and was easily carried. This was a brand new technology, unlike anything else at that time. Would it work for recording new languages in the rainforest? Joy was about to find out.